I recorded a video for you last week about Bitcoin. I was concerned that Bitcoin was going to drop to around 74,000. It got to 78,000. We had a huge bounce this week, but that bounce has been erased. And I'm concerned now that Bitcoin is actually going to go down further than the 74,000 area I initially thought of last week. So here's a video to explain my thoughts. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is this potential topping pattern in Bitcoin that I talked about last week. We reached a peak in December. We retested that peak in January, couldn't be held. We had the pretty negative candle there on the daily chart to confirm that we were probably seeing a double top pattern form. Anyway, we then had this trend line, which we broke, and that for me was the sell signal. We went down, and we even broke below the 200-day moving average, but actually on that day, it wasn't sustained. And we got close to my $74,000 target, or we got to $78,000, not too bad. And this very strong rally yesterday really looked like, a very strong rally on the 2nd of March. It looked like we were going back above the trend line and the correction to the downside was over. And I was actually feeling quite bullish about Bitcoin. But yesterday we reversed, we wiped out that gain very quickly and we're back down to the 200-day moving average. So to me, this just looks like a classic double top retest of the break point of the trend line. A reverse and down. So I'm now worried that we're actually going to see a more significant move to the downside. And I think it's even more likely now that we get to my $74,000 to $72,000 target. And although we probably will see a bounce from there, at least on the first test, because it is a good support level and the bulls definitely have not given up. They will be in the market looking for bargains at around the low $70 area. But eventually, I don't know, maybe we'll bounce to 78.80. Maybe we'll even get back up to the 200-day moving average at around $83,000. And I think then we could take another downturn and we could get down as low as 67,000, 65,000. You see, I've got a trend line there going back, and I've also got the 500-day moving average as support down there. I think that I'll have to have a look at it again when we get down there. But if we do reach as far as sort of the mid $60 area, then that could be a really good buying opportunity. But certainly it's starting to look more and more like a realistic target for Bitcoin. Let me know what you're thinking. Obviously, we would need to get up through $95,000 now for me to be convinced that that scenario will not play out. Maybe you've got different ideas. Maybe you've got different levels. I'd love to hear them.